today on Good News with Twanda Black, where we're discovering some of the most inspiring trials to triumph stories and empowerment moments. Call up a friend and let them know it's time for some good news. Welcome, everybody, to Good News. I am your host, Twanda Black. We talk with people from all walks of life about all kinds of different things. So sit back, relax, and enjoy my next guest, all right? All right. So joining us today is one of my favorite guys, Tiny Foster, and he's Tiny Foster of Tiny Foster and DEM Saints. And also Pastor David Arnold from Anointed Vision of Hope Church over in Riverdale. And they are joining me to talk about the Unity in Community event. How exciting. And it's coming up next Saturday. So we hope that everybody will get a chance to go. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
How are you?
Blessed.
Great. Pastor, 5th year doing Unity in the Community. Tell us about that.
Unity in Community is a health fair that covers financial, physical, mental, and spiritual health. And so we just reach out to the community, to all the resources that are available in our community, and just have fun and education all at the same time. So there's so many bounce houses and a lot of good times for the children, food trucks, vendors, and it's a chance for the community to come together along with, we have one of our county officials that's going to be here this year, Commissioner Franklin, she'll be here along with the Clayton County Fire and Emergency Services. They're going to be administering the COVID vaccine. It's just going to be a great time for us to come together and have a good time.
Now, is that vaccine going to be free?
It's a free event. Well, you have to pay the vendors, but it's going to be a free event. Everyone can come. Everyone's invited.
Okay. Now, I know last year you skipped last year. Of course, everything got skipped last year. But this year, as we are still in a pandemic, talk about safety and the things that you have put in place to keep everybody safe.
One of the key things we're doing, even with the fire truck that's going to be on display, the county is not going to allow any people to get in the fire truck because they are exposed to COVID for much more than the public is.
That's right.
And so that's one of the things we're going to do. And we're practicing social distancing. Everything's outside. So there's plenty of room with acres of land to play on and have a good time and listen to live music. Anything from Earth, Wind, and Fire all the way to Tiny Foster and DEM Saints.
Now, we're going to talk to Tiny in a minute. But tell us about some of the other kinds of music that you're going to have there.
We're going to have some jazz bands that will be available, or actually playing and just having a good time. I have some soloists, Little Mama and Fresh Anointing, which is a quartet group. They're going to be here. Of course, our church will be singing. And as a matter of fact, Queen Aisha, she'll be doing some original. So we have many other artists that'll be on program.
That's exciting. So I understand that my friend here, Tiny, is going to be going to be your closer. So I have to tell everybody, every time I talk about Tiny, I tell them how I met Tiny, or not met Tiny, but saw Tiny. And we still haven't figured out how many years ago it was, but the Fulton County baseball parking lot, they had this Asian themed park, like a winter wonderland thing, at Christmas time. But it was, it's like Asian thing, how they do everything. A lot of lights and everything. It was so cold. Oh my God, it was just so cold. And so we were walking around and they were saying, there's going to be a band on the stage. And I'm going, who's going to be playing out here? It's like 20 degrees. I mean, I'm like, who's playing out And so they said it was gospel. I said, hey. So I left my family in the tent where it was nice and warm, went back out to see who was going to be playing in 20 degrees. Okay. Sure enough, it was Tiny Foster and the Saints. I said, who is this guy? It wasn't that many people standing outside because it was so cold. But he was playing like it was thousands of people. He had energy. He was funny. He was awesome. He was ministering, everything. And I said, how awesome is this? Who is this guy? And I remember just talking to him, say, hey, I was working for a radio station. I said, I work for this radio station. And, can I hear more of your music? That kind of thing. So nothing in between that time. So then later on, the next year, I see Tiny at backstage. I don't even know what we were doing. Tiny, was it the radio awards? I have no clue. Cannot remember.
I don't remember neither, but I was there.
right. And here comes, I said, wait a minute. Is this the same guy who was playing out in 20-degree weather? But he was just as awesome and vibrant and funny and great as, he was then. And it was then that we kind of met, and I was able to get his music, and we started a relationship from there. But it was just, I don't know, it was just such a funny little clicks of moments of how we met, and especially being out in 20-degree weather, and I'm seeing this cat on the stage just getting down, So Tiny's been one of my favorite people. What you see is what you get. He's genuine. He's a sweetheart. Yeah, I call him my little sweet pea. And but Tiny, I want you to tell folks why they call you Tiny, because I think that's just the icing on the cake when you say my name is Tiny.
Well, I got the name Tiny from a guy that's been in the music industry. He's no longer with us. He's passed now. But his name was Charlie Brown. He sung with a group called the Fantastic Violinaires. Yeah. And he forgot my name, actually. He was trying to give the people my real name. And when he got back to me, he never could figure it out. So he told the people, this is Tiny. And then Tiny just developed, and it became who I am. And I didn't recognize my own name when they called me by my real name. I said, this is somebody that really know me. But I'm a big stature guy, but I got a great heart. I love people.
You do.
I love to sing. I just been loving it. I've been all over the country. I got a chance to sing with some of the greats. We just lost a great, which was Lee Williams.
Oh yeah.
Got a chance to perform on stage with him. My life has been good. It's just that we going through the pandemic time now. Yeah. And I even suffered from that pandemic. But look at God.
Yeah.
Ain't God still a good God?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. That's your new song. Ain't God a good God?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I tell you. So Tiny is just that tiny guy, small package, but I have something to tell the world that God still is that same God.
So let me ask you this. Did you set out to be a quartet singer, or were you doing something else and this is kind of something you did on the side, or you didn't really know this was your gift? Tell me how you got started.
I got started. I've been singing and playing. I was a musician before I even became a singer. I played in church. I was a church boy. My mom is a pastor, so I'm a preacher's kid. And my brothers, as we was coming up, I taught them how to play drums and guitar and bass and keyboards, because it's hard to find musicians even as today. So we got tired of trying to pick and choose. And I said, this is Mama, y'all come on, let's back her up. So we became a family group, and we sung all over the place. And it was called the Anointed Nights at that time. A lot of people still remember my dad. They call him the cute one. It was Cleve Foster. He had a radio show, and everybody loved him. And that's how I became. And then I'm thoroughbred in the game. My cousin, Joe Lagun, it's in my blood. The lead singer for the Five Blind Boys, Curtis Foster and Sandy Jr. Foster. Sandy is the lead singer for the Mississippi Blind Boys. Kurt wrote a hit song called "Could Have Been Me." We look just alike. So it's my turn. It's my turn, Kurt. If you get it. So that's where Tiny Foster came from. It's been in my blood. So I love Quartet. I bleed Quartet. I think Quartet is a personal genre. Quartet is mingling with the audience, really getting close to the audience. I love all genres of music, but some just stand on the stage and they just performers. They just great performers. But I think Quartet is more of a personal approach when it come down to singing and touching people. And I can say I've been on a lot of events just to go see. And when you got one good quartet group in the midst, all of those other contemporary, you can have all them other genres of music. But believe me, when a good quartet come in, something's finna shake.
That's right. It's about to rock now.
It's about to rock. So they got me, Twanda, they got me here in Sandy Springs today. I'm live now with you. And they doing a whole lot of old goodies. They going back to Aretha Franklin and all of those. And they got a gospel segment, and guess who they call? Yours truly.
Yes.
So I'm gonna put a little bit of Tiny on it.
Put some Tiny on
it, and then we're gonna let it go from there. I'm gonna tell these people to come on out on October the 2nd. You don't want to miss it.
Yes. I can't wait to see you. I'm gonna come out and see you. Me and Mama gonna roll over there and check you out. I ain't seen you in about 2 years now. So
in about 2 years, you're gonna see a little something different. That you're gonna see some different faces, but we still them saints. Yeah. And I still do what I do. To wanted to just tell you a little bit about my testimony. God brought me through this pandemic.
Yeah.
I back last year when it all began, I'm a COVID survivor. And I went in the hospital. I was in the hospital Twanda for 5 months. 5 months. I didn't make it to the ventilator, but I was almost there.
Thank you, Jesus.
And I walked in with this virus, and I didn't walk out. I came out in a wheelchair. I sat in a wheelchair for 3 months.
Wow.
But I went to who that my mom told me to call on when I can't call nobody else.
That's right.
I said, look, Jesus, you put me here for a reason. You said you had a purpose for my life. I can't sit down, God. I still can shout and tell people, but I need to touch them. I need to walk around. I said, I need to be Tiny Foster. I said, you got to help me get up out this wheelchair.
Wow.
And look at me today. I got my 2 legs. I still got my voice. I know some people, some friends that didn't make it.
That's right.
They didn't make it. They did not make it. So I'm telling you, be safe in what you do. Mask up, do what's required, but most of all, give God thanks for letting you get up and have breath in your body and able to move around.
Because ain't he a good God?
Yes, he is. That's what I'm going to be singing on the 2nd. Ain't God a good God? And I just want to know what y'all's answer is. So come out on October the 2nd. We're going to be at 8049 Webb Road in Riverdale, Georgia. We're going to be outside. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of education too. We're going to have a great time. Tawanda's going to be there. I got a host of other friends going to be there. We just going to have a celebration. Unity in the community.
I'm loving it. Pastor Arnold, any final words for folks to come on out? It's a free event. All the COVID regulations and things will be in place for everybody. So tell everybody what they need to do next week, October 2nd. Well, he's not going to tell us right now. And again, it's 8049 Webb Road in Riverdale, Anointed Vision of Hope Church. That was Pastor Arnold. And of course, my friend Tiny Foster and them Saints. They're gonna rock it up a little bit for us. Can't wait to hear the new song. I'm already playing it, so I love it.
Thank you. I got a couple of more that's coming too, so get ready for it.
All right. I'm ready for it. So we'll see you on next Saturday, October 2nd at Anointed Vision of Hope Church on Webb Road in Riverdale, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us, Tiny.
Hey, I'm so honored. You know, Twanda, you was the first one to break Tiny in the Atlanta area on Kiss 104. I got tons of phone calls. Tiny, they playing your record on Kiss 104. I said, it took me a while before I even got a chance to hear it myself.
I know,
But
that was
when I
funny.
heard it, I was like, huh? I thought they was playing me at one of the gospel, the other gospel radio. I said 104.1. When I heard it, you was on there rocking it.
That's right. That's right. I believe in you. You got what it takes, man. You got what it takes.
Thank you so much. Well, I am so honored that I got a chance to experience you in my life, and I want more. We just want blessings, 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 and blessings to you, your mother, and your family.
You got it. You got it. I'll see you on Saturday, all right? God bless.
See you then.
All
God
right.
bless you.
All right. Thanks for joining me here on Good News with Tiny Foster and Pastor Arnold. If you'd like to be a guest, please contact me at goodnews@thepgnetwork.org, and I will see you next time with some good news. Be blessed.